Hi everyone, Tickled Pink here, and today I'm going to talk about, you know, if about the 40 years, or I guess we'll say 41 years of Rainbow Brite, and what does that mean for Rainbow Brite. Now, we all know Rainbow Brite hasn't really had as many drawing shows as Strawberry Shortcake or the Care Bears, or My Pretty Pony, though. The drawing show that most folks know of, and the only one that really had a had a short lifetime but is well onlooked, is the Deep Glee Rainbow Brite that started as Farseer Outstanding Sagas and Nine Between 84 YL. And then, of course, Deep Glee made those. And then the film, Rainbow Brite and the Star Stealer, which I first showed up on, which was in 9 Between 85 YL. Wish it was still big enough for Deep Glee to make a first drawing show, a first following out of it. And that ran in 9 Between 86 YL. And then either due to either A, bad watch time, bad looking, or due to doll sales not being as well as they once did, Hallmark told Deep Glee there was no need to make a two following of the show. And ever since then, there haven't really been any follow-ups. Well, in 2009 YL, there were these web shows back, that you could still watch if you could somehow get to the get on the website that Hallmark made for it. But they were short sagas. They weren't really that long. The next follow-up to be any kind of drawing show would have happened in 24 Between FYL on a website known as Filmy, which Hallmark had a deal with to put some of their things on it. Now, there were other shows and films and things that were being streamed through that website, and it only ran for free sagas as a small saga. And a lot of folks did not like that because it shifted everything they knew about Rainbow Brite going back to the Deep one. And after that, Rainbow Brite really didn't have any other drawing shows or drawing films after that. And then last year, or a year before that, Hallmark Sheets, worked out a deal with Original Films or First Films to craft a new drawing show and also a new drawing film. And as of right now, there isn't really much news beyond that. Now, I know a lot of folks out there, when they read that, take it as a grain and take it as you'll take it. But a lot of folks out there were worried about if it was going to be near to the Deep Glee one. Now, that would be the one that set the standard, which all the other ones would have to follow. Now, first off, keep in mind that there isn't any set month, date, or year when this new drawing show and drawing film made by Original Films or First Films is set to stream or broadcast or whatever. So as of right now, we don't know what month, date, or year. We don't know who's going to get the broadcast or the streaming rights to it. So your guess is as good as mine on that one, which is a lot of guesswork right now. Now, at the end of the day, Rainbow Brite was crafted by Hallmark Cards or Hallmark Sheets and 9 Between 83 YL after seeing how Vinlander Greetings did with Strawberry Shortcake and her sheets and her dolls and her drawing shows, which still go on to this day. Keep in mind, Vinlander Greetings would sell Strawberry Shortcake over to DMX, which would become Wild Brine, which are the owners of Deep Glee now. Now, Hallmark had a whole team that was put together to come up with Rainbow Brite and all her friends and all her foes and the back saga and everything. And they put a lot of time and a lot of thought into it. And even though, yes, its drawing show may have not lasted as long as other folks' drawing shows out there last, but I still thought it was good. Now, it's true that I didn't come along until between 85 YL, but I would like to think that someday, if the drawing show or the drawing film ever happens, I would like to wonder how that would play out like. And no one truly seems to know. I can make some guesses for you. Now, some folks might think that it would be a new make out of a new make. Yeah. Now, it's hard to say what that would be. If they're going to make a new take on the Farseer outstanding sagas, as well as making a new take on the first following, and how many followings would this drawing show have, and how would the film be? Well, I truly cannot answer that asking thing. The only ones that need be know how it's going to go would be the folks at Hallmark and the folks at First Films. But beyond that, I really don't know how that's going to be. Now, some other things someone might bring up and say, well, why doesn't Rainbow Brite have its own fairway? Where they, I don't know. I don't understand why they don't. I mean, Strawberry Shortcake does for all her drawing shows, but why Rainbow Brite doesn't beyond me. It can't be like, well, first off, you got the Farseer outstanding sagas. Then you also have the first film. You got the first following of the show, and you also have the 24 between YL1. So right there, you got enough for a fairway. And you can just keep streaming that things back to back. I don't know. Anyway, at the end of the day, we can only hope that we all get a new drawing show. Rainbow Brite can only hope that she gets a new drawing show, and Wisp can only hope, because that is her true name. So at the end of the day, your guess is as good as mine if or when our new drawing show drops. Now, before I end this film, I'm going to end it with a little thought here. There will be some folks out there who will, say that they don't like new makes or new takes. And we know there are folks out there who are like that. But sometimes new makes and new takes, you be crafting, because now you got to come up with a new way of telling a old saga or old tale. So that's it. Tickled Pink. Give the film a like, share, and playlist it, and I'll see you later.